Hi everybody. Before we get into the video, just give you like a little trigger warning. There are topics of mental health issues, infertility issues, depression, weight issues, all through this. So this is my journey. This is what I'm going through, but I also understand that there are some people that can be very upset or triggered by some of these things. So if that's you, please do not watch this one, but just know that you're not alone. The more we don't talk about it, the harder it is to kind of shed those feelings and carry on and move on with your life. But thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those who have never been here that are new, this channel is called The Backyard Tourist. My name is Erin. This is going to be a little different than some of my other videos. We are going to do more of like a get ready with me, talk about some stuff, and then any of the makeup that I use, if you have any questions, I'll put links down in the description. So if you're curious about anything that I've used today, I will put it in there. I'm not really focusing on like the makeup part of it per se, except that it gives me something to do while I talk to you. Let's get to it, shall we? For me, going to Disney is kind of like a bit of therapy for me. I love it. I can't live without it. It makes me happy while I'm there, and I've had a real crap year, and I feel like I'm finally getting on, at the beginning of 2022, that I'm getting on a trajectory that is more geared towards getting out of like my depression, my sadness, my sorrows, and starting to focus on me and my family, which is my husband and I. He has 3 wonderful kids. They're all adults. Nobody lives around here anymore. So it's basically the 2 of us on our own. Now, he is not a Disney adult. He can go a few times a year. Like, he likes the Food and Wine Festival, and mostly Epcot's his jam. He likes a little bit. But overall, I would say no, he is not a Disney adult. But the wonderful thing about my husband is that he lets me do my thing. So I still go 2, sometimes 3 times a week. And then on the off days, we try to find things outside of the park to do. We have been going around and doing like Saturday farmers markets. There's a lot of that stuff down here. I take advantage of the weather whenever I can and go to Disney. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a Disney adult. I'm slathering this stuff on. I can't ever imagine having a bad day at Disney. When I see people that are ticked off or like are trying to follow these super rigid schedules and are like getting freaked out because their schedules aren't working. Yeah, you can't do, to a loose description, you can do a little bit of a schedule, like what you would like to see, but if you want to actually see everything, you're going to have to be flexible. Some rides have a 140-minute wait. Some rides have a 15-minute wait. That's just how it is. But, for me, I think it's done a lot for my own mental health this year. It's getting me out of the house 2-3 times a week, and I've started going to the gym, so that has worked out for me. And overall, I would say I'm starting to feel a little better, and that makes me very happy. I know most women that are in their mid-40s would be like, well, no big deal. It is what it is. You've had your babies, you've done all those things, but I haven't. I never have been able to conceive. I've always had issues. Earlier in my marriage, we considered like IVF and all of that stuff, and we found out not only would I need several surgeries, he would need several surgeries. That was beyond even getting IVF done. It still left us with a very small percentage, a chance of even getting pregnant. I want to say it was like under 10%. We had gone through some hard times. We were trying to buy a home. We were doing stuff to repair and rebuild ourselves a little bit. It came down to, do we take care of, something that's gonna be there, which is the rest of our lives, or do we take every penny we have at that time and sink it into something that was like a very slim maybe? I just said, forget it. I don't want to do it. I'm not going through that. And I stopped talking about it. I think by my not talking about it, then I didn't have to deal with it, which was mistake number 1, people. You can't hide from your problems. And if you are affected by something like that and you need to get stuff off your chest, you just have to do it. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to do it. Get it off your chest. I didn't. I ignored it. I did all the wrong things, paid the price. Because I guess by ignoring this entire time, I thought that I could, like, well, if I don't deal with it, if I don't talk about it, then, you know, it's just done with, you know? But those feelings were always there because if there was one thing in my life that I knew, that I was going to be a mother someday. And I knew that from the time I was 16. You couldn't tell me anything. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I didn't know where I wanted to live. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know, you know, like none of those things. But I knew that I was going to be somebody's mom someday. And it never happened. This past year I went to my doctor's office. I had to have, you know, ultrasounds and MRIs and I mean, you name it, they like put me through. And what they came up with was that I was full of fibroids and had endometriosis. It's kind of crazy. So he sent me to a specialist who was actually an oncologist, but he dealt with difficult cases, which is what they called mine. It was a difficult case. They read my results and same thing, you have to have one. For me, just hearing that I had to have surgery was pretty traumatizing. I will say that. Let's put this on. Well, as soon as I heard the word surgery, I thought, you know, this is it. Not only did I have to deal with like the fear of just going through a surgery in general, but I also had to say goodbye to, even though I knew I was never going to have kids, now it's official. Now they're taking all that stuff from you. And there is no miracle that can happen. Your body can't fix itself from this. You're just going to have to deal. It was really, really rough. And I think I was like diagnosed or like they told me maybe in January or February of last year that I would have to have it, but it wasn't scheduled until like April. So I kind of wallowed in my own misery a lot, which was kind of sad. You know, my husband being the kind of man he is, he wants to fix everything and make everything happy. This is not something that can be fixed. You know, he certainly couldn't do it. They were able to do laparoscopic, which I'm very thankful for. Then I came home, and it was the long road to recovery. You know, I forced myself to get out of bed and walk around. I would do that every day. My gimbal was overheating, so I took some time off. I finished my other eye, got to the same part anyway. So now we're back. I don't really remember where I was, except that I was recovering from surgery. Like a depression set in on me that was really rough. And through this whole time I'd been gaining weight. I guess stress eating and freaking out and, you know, all these stupid things that you do to yourself. Beat yourself up. It's your fault. You know, like you are your own worst critic. Started treating myself real bad. Everything kind of spiraled. It was kind of sad. I had learned a long time to like eat my feelings, so that's what I've been doing for the last year. And that's a weird eyebrow. Remember, your eyebrows are going to be sisters. They're never going to be twins. And mine sure won't ever be twins. Beginning of September, I found out Disney was going to open their annual passes up again. And I mean, I looked at my husband and I said, I'm doing it. I don't care if you want to go. I don't care, you know, but I'm doing it. I got my annual pass at the beginning of September and I started going right away. He went with me a few times. It was just crazy. It's so funny. Like you go there and you focus on other things. You're not focused so much on yourself. You're like, you walk a lot. Like when I would come home, I would just be like divinely exhausted. Just cannot move another inch. I didn't care. I was just so happy. That is what I've been doing. Ooh. What am I doing? I enjoy being back. I really enjoy the Disney side of things because, like I said, it really does help with my psyche, my emotional state, and makes me real happy. That is probably the biggest way that Disney has helped me through this. I mean, I consider it a crisis. It's the worst thing that I've ever been through. It just, like, every tiny thing that could be affected by my fertility issues, like every relationship, every, you know, whatever it is, sure was affected. It was not going well. I feel like I've nipped it in the bud. I'm not saying that I'm not still sad. There are days, and most days, if I were to talk about it, I will cry. Today I feel like I'm just in a good mental health state where, I'll tear up a little bit, but I can carry on. There are days where I have to stop talking about it because it just takes my breath away. Like I just start sobbing. But I'm proud of myself for how I've been coming through it. I have a long ways to go because not only do I have to be okay with everything that's happened, but I have to learn how to be okay with I'm never going to be somebody's mom. And it's very hard for me to deal with that. It's very hard. It makes me sad because I think I would have been a really good mom. So, stop crying. It's not perfect, but I feel like I am doing a good job considering. I didn't ask for any of this crap to be dealt to me. I didn't. The one thing that I wanted was something so many other people take for granted. And it's not going to happen. So I have to learn how to deal with it. And I have to learn how to go on with my life and just deal. I can't talk about it. This sucks. Sorry, sometimes I just need to take a breather. So I am proud of myself and how far I've come. I still have a long ways to go, but I feel like Disney has been instrumental in getting me to a place where I can say that I'm happy with the direction that my life is going. I know this is a lot of crap to lay on people, but I know that I'm not the only person that deals with this stuff. I know there's a lot more people who have to deal with fertility issues, all of these same things. And I don't know why, but we live in a society where if it's unpleasant to talk about it, then just shut up. Don't talk about it. And that's not fair either. Why should I have to shut up about something that has affected me? So if I have to hear about your kids 24 hours a day on social media and stuff, I think the least that somebody can do is listen for 15 minutes on the shit that I've been through. So most of the time I'm happy. Sometimes I'm mad. Lots of times I don't understand, but I gotta carry on. I gotta move on. I still have a husband. I still have a life. I still am going through a midlife crisis. Overall, I have to say, I am really lucky. I live in a place where people vacation, I have the luxury of spending time. And I only even have, I had gotten rid of all my ears when I left the last time. I only have one set of ears left. Yeah, so my makeup's done. Oh, almost. Look, I cried and I have little eye boogers now. Good job. Almost done. Yeah, you can still see my bags, but I don't care. All right, that's it, I guess. Now is the time where so many things are starting to go right for me, and I'm starting to work hard at getting back to creating a new normal for myself. I don't want to just take that part of my life and stuff it away anymore, because it's not healthy for me. So, yeah. I want to thank you for listening. It's not easy listening to all this crap. Look how different my eyebrows are. Thank you for being understanding. So most of my vlogs will be Florida, touristy Disney theme park, focused. But I do want to do these every once in a while because I'm not the only 40-some that's going through a midlife crisis right now. I know whether you've got children or not, you could probably be my age and in the next part of your life. Your kids are off to school or military or work or whatever they're doing, and you're well, shit, now what do I do? I mean, we're all at kind of a crossroads at this age, but I feel this age could be really good if you let it be. You just got to figure out what makes you happy. If you have any questions regarding anything that I spoke about today, go ahead and send me an email, leave me a message, whatever, if it's more personal, send me an email. My link is in my bio and stuff, and I'll answer to the best of my abilities. That's just my journey. Everybody else, goes through things differently, and I hope you have a wonderful day today and an even better day tomorrow. and be nice to each other, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Bye.